95 pounds, Mr. Daniels, Mr. Braswell, standards and practices.
And here tonight at Xero Hour, if you want to talk about four people who have been at each other's throats this intensely, look no further than the feud that has been raging on between Standards and Practices and the New Bloods, Mr. Daniels and Mr. Braswell, and the Gift and the Curse.
I tell you what, if there's ever been a tag team that is on a roll in Ground Zero or anywhere else for that matter, it's Standards and Practices. They have been plowing and destroying through every team in Ground Zero Wrestling. They are the best team in wrestling right now, without a shadow of a doubt. And this is action personified: tables, ladders, and chairs.
I have to admit, if you want to talk about a dominant tag team force in Ground Zero Wrestling, look no further than Standards and Practices. They have absolutely dominated the tag team division here in Ground Zero.
Well, strong words by Mr. Daniels. He's made it clear he doesn't like the stipulations in this match. I don't blame him. There's a lot of violence, a lot of rule breaking involved here. That's not what Standards and Practices are about. But whether it's a clean wrestling match or tables, ladders, and chairs, either way, his action. Look at these idiots!
And now it's the New Bloods in the ring, but Standards and Practices catching them on their way in. Now getting ready to whip them off the ropes. But reversal against Standards and Practices. The New Bloods have them down. Oh, and again, double Japanese arm drags. Beautiful drop kicks. We're seeing intense action already right here.
Seeing a lot of hair pulling, tie pulling. We're seeing tights pulling. That's all I'm seeing from the New Bloods. That's the only way they can succeed. They're a bunch of cheaters, a couple of thugs.
Why the hell are you wearing a tie in a wrestling match anyway? Oh, wait a minute. The New Bloods coming out, taking out Standards and Practices.
Again, nothing more but a bunch of cheap shots, a lot of rule breaking over the top rope. That should be disqualification right there, right?
Wait a minute. Has it up. Mr. Daniels is in a lot of trouble. That double neck breaker, that gift wrap applied. Wait a minute. Oh, they're going for the ladder. Here tonight, this TLC match, you use the ladder to go up and grab the title belts hanging on the steel ring post. Oh, but caught. Beautiful.
Well done. Good Excellent execution there. Standards and practices still showing their dominance. They've been taking it to the New Bloods for some time now. They're not done yet. Here we go. It's chair time. Oh, nicely done. Again, proving the point. They abide by the rules. They had the chair. Nice side headlock. Scientific wrestling personified right there.
And wrestling, technical wrestling ability from Mr. Braswell in the middle of a TLC matchup, Neil Shark.
They are making a statement, Phil Stamper. They are a wrestling tag team. That's what the marquee says.
And there was some great wrestling ability from the Gift right there against Mr. Braswell. But on the outside, Mr. Daniels is taking it to the curse.
It's been action from the get-go. Standards and practices, they're trying to keep it a clean scientific match, but we've seen nothing but rule breaking on the part of the New Bloods, whatever they call themselves. I could care less. But this has been a good, fast-paced, strong match so far, but I still like Standards and practices to continue their dominance here tonight.
And again, oh, wait a minute. The Gift missed that senton splash. Mr. Braswell saw it coming and was able to get out of the way. Mr. Daniels and Mr. Braswell now both in the ring to an injured and downed Gift right now.
I still say wrestlers, strong wrestling will always overcome the flippity-flop, high-flying acrobats that call themselves wrestlers. I like what I'm seeing right now. You've got the New Bloods in big-time trouble right now.
Well, right now, the curse has Mr. Daniels. Oh, nice back elbow, laying him out. Mr. Daniels a little wobbly, but back up on his feet and caught over in the corner. And the curse is up and just pummeling away at the bald scalp of Mr. Daniels.
Well, keep in mind, the curse just months ago was nothing more than a mere announcer. He is not an experienced wrestler. He only has several months under his belt. So he may be the weak link of that team. It'll be interesting to see what transpires here.
Mr. Braswell just destroyed on the outside, tossed into that steel ring post. And Mr. Daniels has the curse in the middle of the ring, going to drive him right in the middle of the ring.
Well, DeCurse, he has the least experience of all four men in here. I'll give him credit. He has shown me a lot for someone with such little experience, but I'm still wondering what he can do in a match in the big time with the big lights and the biggest stage of them all, what he can get done. I still have yet to see the New Bloods with a clean pinfall victory over Standards and practices. Am I right, Phil Stamper? That has not happened yet.
Well, you are correct. And here tonight, I think this is a lot more than just about two tag titles. I think this is a lot more to do about pride and a lot more to do about respect. And it's an opportunity for Standards and practices to get, for the new breed, the New Bloods, to get a measure of revenge against Standards and practices.
No matter what you call them, new breed, new blood, New Testament, whatever you call them, they still are in the ring with two tough customers, and this team is on a big-time roll right now. Standards and practices, Braswell and Daniels, they're taking it to them. I still consider them prohibitive favorites here tonight.
And now Mr. Daniels just choking out the Gift on the outside. Oh, and Mr. Braswell just stomping away right in the face. Can the Gift power him off? Looks like he's trying, doing everything. Oh, he can! And drop-toed right into that steel ring post.
Well, I've tasted those posts before, and I tell you what, they don't feel good. They leave a lump on your head. And that, my friend, was an amazing 619. I'm very impressed. He's taking a beating for... Oh! And good night, Irene.
A little bit of a beating the Gift gave himself right there. This TLC matchup, as you see in the corners, the tag team titles are held up high above the top turnbuckle, but you cannot use the turnbuckle to grab the title belts. That would be an instant disqualification. In this TLC matchup, you have to use a ladder to go up and grab those title belts. And right now, Mr. Daniels is choking away the curse on the inside of the ring. Mr. Braswell is taking it to the gift on the outside, just driving his back against the steel side of that ring.
That's a good point, Stamper. You know what? The New Bloods, they spend half the match up on the top turnbuckle, so there's no advantage there for them tonight. I think that's an excellent call. It's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. That's how it should be. You want that title belt, you've got to grab it off the ladder. So now what we've got here, we've got double full Nelsons. We may even see these two tap out, but they can tap out all they want. It's not going to matter. You've got to grab those belts to win the match.
Well, the New Bloods were able to get out of those double full Nelsons, and looks like they're trying to set up Mr. Braswell for something. Oh! But was it enough? Was it enough to take out Standards and Practices? But Mr. Daniels said no. He grabbed the steel chair.
Good point, good point. They have tried to keep this clean. They've tried to make it scientific, but the New Bloods have continued to break the rules. Eventually, you have to fight fire with fire, and Standards and Practices have shown that they can brawl as well as wrestle.
Now Mr. Daniels, Mr. Braswell with that steel chair in the middle of the ring. Look like they're setting up the gift for something right now, whipping him off the ropes. Has him up. Oh, atomic drop into the chair. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, positioned perfectly. Standards and Practices just leveled the gift.
They had some evil intentions there for the gift, and it paid off. That was just a devastating move. The gift, as talented as he is in a world of trouble right now.
So far here in this matchup, this TLC match, it's been Standards and Practices games, almost firmly in control, but right now the gift has the advantage inside the ring. Oh, now the gift has that steel chair, and he's setting him up over in the corner. Mr. Braswell could be in a lot of trouble.
And here's now Mr. Daniels. Oh, all the way across the ring, planting that chair right in the skull. That is impressive, but this match is far from over. He may have even, in a normal match, been able to secure a 3 count, but again, it's all about getting the ladder up, getting in position to grab those title belts.
And I thought Mr. Braswell had the gift cornered, but the curse out of nowhere. Now, with Mr. Braswell just stretching him, they're working over his back in that camel clutch over in the side of the ring. He's trying to say it's not legal. It's a TLC match.
That's right. It doesn't matter if he taps. It doesn't matter if he screams for his mommy. This match continues until the title belts are secured.
Wait a minute, I think it's time. I think I just heard the curse say it's time to grab for those title belts. Oh, no, he didn't. He said it's time for a table.
Well, we've seen the chairs. We will now see the tables. We're now seeing the T in the TLC match.
The curse is setting up that table inside the ring. Both men of Standards and Practices are down. The gift is down. But Mr. Braswell is firing back.
That's right. Tables, ladders, chairs. The ladder's in effect. We've seen lots of chairs. More ladders coming out. I tell you what, this looks like, Lowe's Home Improvement, they must be real happy with this outcome tonight. I'm sure they made a fortune here today.
This match sponsored by, Standards and Practices again in control. They have been the dominant force in not only this matchup, but this feud so far between them and the New Bloods, taking it to them completely in control. Wait a minute, climbing up. That's not how you get the titles in this matchup.
Rare tactical error by Mr. Daniels. That could have been a disqualification. It could have actually cost them the titles right there. The New Bloods were probably better off actually letting Mr. Daniels grab the belts. He would have been disqualified.
But now, wait a minute. Standards and Practices, they might be in trouble right now as the New Bloods, just drilling them.
I tell you what, fatigue is starting to set in right now. There's been some heavy, heavy-duty punishment, and more to come. Oh, my goodness. That's just brutal. That's brutal, folks. Mr. Boswell's in trouble.
Just crushing his face. Mr. Daniels able to get the gift out of the ring and just stomping away at him, giving Mr. Braswell a little bit of a reprieve, but the curse is still in there. Daniels choking the life out of the gift. Meanwhile, I think the curse is going up. He has that ladder propped over in the corner. Mr. Braswell is down and out over in the corner. What's going to happen?
Well, I tell you what, fatigue is obviously setting in. It's setting in big time. The New Bloods, they've got the right idea. It's time to go after those belts while you're still physically able to.
And the curse comes crashing down courtesy of Mr. Daniels.
Tell you what, he has been Johnny on the spot. Both members are. Standards and Practices looking good here tonight. They've taken everything the New Bloods have had to dish out, and they're still standing tall.
Right now, all four men look a little worse for wear. Mr. Daniels' boot right to the chest, right in front of that steel chair.
I tell you what, nobody said this was going to be pretty. They are putting it to each other, and it's the biggest show of the year. They've got to leave nothing in there. They have to leave everything right out there on the field, just like you would in football, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Mr. Braswell now looks like he's going up, but the curse cuts him off, and now both members of the New Bloods are up on their feet. Mr. Braswell being pummeled right now. Where's the curse going to take him? It looks like he got a reversal, but wait a minute. Caught wheelbarrow. Bulldog! Bulldog, he might have actually caught himself right in the foot of that chair.
There's no doubt. 0 Hour has not disappointed here tonight. We have seen action-packed from day one, from match one, and I tell you what, I'm fired up. This is amazing what I'm seeing.
Mr. Daniels is laid out on that table. The curse has that ladder dragging it out. Mr. Braswell in the ring. I don't know if he sees what's going on with his partner. I think he might be going for the tag title belt. The curse has a ladder. Wait a minute, the gift sees Mr. Braswell. The two are fighting it out on ladders inside the ring, both trying to go for that title belt. Mr. Daniels laid out on a table on the outside of the ring.
Oh, devastating. Both men laid out flat. And now, look at this. He is in perfect position to win the match. What a major upset we have in the making.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not going for the belt. I think he sees his moment of revenge. The curse has his sights set on Mr. Daniels. Oh my God!
Oh, I don't know if that was the smartest thing in the world to do. He had that belt within the palm of his hand, but he just put some major damage to Mr. Daniels with that move. Wow, I can't believe what I just saw.
That was major punishment. I think now the New Bloods want to do whatever they can to get a measure of revenge against Standards and Practices for the months and months of absolute hell that they've been put through.
There's no doubt about it. Standards and Practices had established themselves as a major force, but I tell you what, I am very impressed with what the New Bloods have done. And if I'm not mistaken, what is he? He has tied Mr. He has actually tied him to the ropes.
Yeah, he's tied his tie against the ropes and now just laid him out with that steel chair. Mr. Braswell is stuck on the bottom rope. That's hilarious.
He's completely vulnerable. He's helpless. There's nothing he can do. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And look, we have new tag team champions.
The New Bloods have their first victory over Standards and Practices, and in it, they have now become the brand new GXW Tag Team Champions.
I don't know what to say, but as you know, this crowd is on their feet. They've just seen a spectacle, folks. They have just seen a spectacle.
These four men absolutely destroyed each other, but in the end, it all came down to the Gift and the Curse walking away with the Tag Team Championship.
I'm gonna give the devil his due. The Gift, the Curse, they showed me a lot this evening. They showed me more than I thought they had. I'm gonna tip the old hat to them. A job well done. But this match took their toll. They have now gone from the hunted. They are now the hunted. They were the hunters. It'll be interesting to see now that they're the champs what they can do now that they're the hunters.
But this is definitely not the last we've seen of Standards and Practices. Mr. Daniels and Mr. Braswell might just become more focused than ever now that they are not the champions. Now that they have a new path to walk on their way back for a possible title opportunity.
There's no doubt about it. There's obviously going to be a healing process. Both teams are never going to be the same after tonight. But I tell you what, Standards and Practices will be back.
Round zero, you gotta deal with us now as your champions. And we gonna only have one thing to say. If you don't like what we do, come to the ring and do something about it. Two down, baby. This is what we do it for. Round zero, the New Bloods.
The New Bloods walking away, the brand new GXW Tag Team Champions. So much action we've seen here tonight at 0 hour, and so much more yet to come. It's all about Ground Zero Wrestling here tonight in Hopewell, Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen,